Hello everyone, we're here today at Daytona Beach, Florida for the H&W Electrical Series in the top tier racing. I'm alongside Aaron Brown here for tonight's race. Should be a fun one here at the 2.5 mile high banked oval super speedway as qualifying just wrapped up. Latham Joyner on pole position over the rest of the field. 25 cars gonna line up and do battle here for 60 laps under the lights.
Yeah, like I said, welcome into Daytona. Beautiful night here. Partly cloudy, but we'll get to the weather in a minute. But a great night. I'm excited for tonight's race. I think we'll have a good race. 60 laps, 150 miles. Plenty of drivers wanting to go for that race win. 25 drivers here tonight. All but two setting a qualifying time. Getting ready as we're gridding up now.
Gridding underway right now for Daytona. Should be one pace lap for the at least one stage finished gridding. So let's take a quick rundown of your starting lineup here tonight for tonight's race.
So starting on pole here tonight with a time of 50.369. Latham Joyner in the number 3 car on the pole position. Alongside him in the second place position, 50.412. Latham Joyner with a really fast time on the pole. Jake Raven will line up second. In the second row, we have Jacob Wilson in P3, Bladen Everts in P4. Rounding out our top 5 today is Joshua King. Randy Schuler will be alongside him in P number 6. Bryn George in P7. Jim Thorndike in P8. Jacob Turner in P9. Rounding out our top 10, Caden Huck. We've seen good runs from him the last few weeks. We'll see if he can get it done here tonight. Shane King will be P11th. Anthony Hutchison in 12th. Clay Sampson, a new driver tonight, debut start for top 2. We haven't seen him in P13. Mids here in 14th. Brady Floyd in 15th. Our race winner at our race winner earlier this season. That was our second race at Texas. Yeah, there you go. Drafty Beef in P16, Nick Wheeler P17, Kenny Kuko at 18, Jeffrey Yagengas 19th, Kelly Aker in 20th, George Ledesma Jr. in 21st, Daniel Lund in 22nd, Marty White in 23rd, our last driver to set a lap time, and our first driver without a lap time, J.D. Van Kirk, in our last rounding up the field tonight, and P25 is Dan Emmons. As we're now
rolling off right now.
So rolling off is interesting night at Daytona Super Speedway. Drafting should be very important. Having a draft partner now, so teammates are going to be very, very important here tonight. As we got Adria Esports and Bryn George and Brady Floyd. We also got plenty of teams. We got Kuko Motorsports, 6 drivers on their team, all here to actually. Well, one, Michael Wiseman is not here tonight, so they got 5 drivers in the field tonight. That's gonna watch out for them. That's Kenny Kuko, Drafty Beef, actually Jim Thorndike and Caden Huck. They're four drivers. Sorry. We also have Royalty Motorsports, Check 6 Motorsports, and Turtle Racing Team. So they're gonna be interesting to see tonight. Those teams might have a little bit of an advantage going tonight. They got drafting partners to help each other, so we'll have to keep an eye out for them tonight.
Yeah, right before we're going green, let's get a quick look at your weather report here for tonight's race. 78 degrees all around, 78 degrees track temp, also air temp. Not very many fast winds here tonight. 2-mile-per-hour winds. 9:52 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be stay at the same time the whole race. So there's no change in weather at all for tonight's race. Maybe track temp might go up and down, but other than that, it will stay consistent. So here we go. Out to go green, pace car off, and green flag is out, and we're racing here at Daytona.
As Latham Jordan with a great start off the bat. Jake Raven a little bit slower through the gears, but he's got the 72. Bladen Everts already on his back bumper. Now we've seen before, we see Bolt in the Jet 6 cars tonight. Xfinity cars. We haven't seen the Xfinity cars on here since we broadcast here. So it'll be interesting to see how these cars suck up compared to the other cars we've seen before.
Yeah, 60 laps here. Not sure what the fuel window is. I think probably a 2-stop race if I had to guess. Based off the fuel calculations I know of, 2 or 3 stopper around Oh no, so right now on the outside lane, Jake Raven gonna take the lead for now, but who will come to the line first? Lathan Joyner get a good run off the exit. Watch out outside lane, two car tandem up there. It's Bladen Edwards and Jake Raven gonna tandem up to the front, and it's gonna be Jake Raven gonna lead lap 1.
As the outside, we already seen already. Lap 1, outside being very strong, but Edwards, he's gonna go down to the bottom, gonna get in front of Lathan Joyner. He's gonna try and take the race lead away from Jake Raven. Raven's gonna fall back on the outside lane as the inside's gonna surge back here. Watch out for that top chain. They're pretty good, packed tight up there a little bit. They didn't really get the good run off turn 2 though.
Head down the long back straightaway. Inside lane has a momentum right now, but it's gonna come and go throughout the night. I think with these Xfinity cars, it's pretty even inside and outside lane. It's not as big of a draft up to the cars as like the Cup car and whatnot, since there's a little bit less drag and the spoilers are as not big as the Cup cars or trucks. So you're not gonna get as much of a suck up to these guys, but you can still get a lot of draft from these Xfinity cars.
Yeah, and typically with the Cup cars, you see that they got more power, so you can use that outside lane, carry more banking out there with the speed, with the draft, but the Xfinity car's right in that middle ground, so you gotta really work that outside lane to get it to work. But the bottom can also be just as well as the middle ground with power between the truck, Xfinity, and Cup cars here. But right now, you just see that inside lane. They're doing much better right now. The outside not really being able to charge up the runs and get around the outside right now. Just top 3, just staying clear of the outside lane right now.
Already lap 3, coming to lap 4 this time by. Some good pushes throughout the field, nothing too crazy. But I think these guys kind of just want to ride and save some fuel and take it easy. But here comes one car up the racetrack, Jacob Wilson. Gonna try to work with Jake Raven to get up front.
That's kind of stalling out for just a second, but that's going to allow Josh McKay on the bottom there on the inside. He's going to close up that hole, so Jacob Wilson going to hope that that moves works out for him here. As it looks like it is the outside pulling up a little bit more. Almost the outside of Lathan Joyner now as they enter turn 3.
Still side by side through the whole field, but the top 2 working really well together. Bladen Edwards and Lathan Joyner. As here comes Lathan Joyner, as soon as I set it up to the top side, gonna try to take this race a little way. Our pole sitter goes to the outside lane, getting pushed by Jacob Wilson right now.
Bladen Edwards on the bottom, doesn't have the Josh McKay on his bumper to push him up. It's now Lathan Joyner. He'll clear down and take the race lead.
Yep, Lathan Joyner started on pole position, gets the race lead back on lap 5 here. Down the back straight we go. Still side by side through the whole field, but some positions being made back down, and Brady Floyd moving up to the top side. But overall, pretty calm so far. Nothing too crazy. I don't think I've seen 3 wide yet, but obviously it's lap 5, so.
Yeah, no one seems really anxious to try and move up right now. They're all just trying to ride in line here. But I was wondering, maybe the fuel, 80% fuel, typically in a full tank, can go about 40 to 45. I know you can go 45 in the Cup with the Cup cars with the good track. So it might be a little tight on a one stop here on 80% fuel. So that's what some guys might be just trying to sit and just save that fuel so they can go over lap 30 and just make it a one stop. But as I mentioned the teams earlier, we'll see if the team's gonna, some of the bigger teams. We had a 4-car team here tonight, so maybe they might try and pit early and undercut most of these guys and maybe get out up in front of the main pack. But we'll have to see when that. But still a long while for pit stops. But maybe that's why we're seeing a little calmness in the field right now. They're just trying to save that little bit of extra fuel and maybe go long.
Yeah, what they tell you never know what's gonna happen. A little shove, a little bump the wrong way, and around you going. But like a lot of cars here, they do have one passenger, so they can be a little aggressive early on. Still have that net where with the faster pair, it kind of just helps them out if they want to be aggressive. But I know pretty calm, mostly double file throughout the top 6, and they're kind of single filing out in the back. But here comes Joshua King getting a good shove from Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, he moved up from the bottom, and now he's tired of sitting around. It seems like he moved up. He's hit that push. At the outside of Braden Edwards for second now. Still, Latham Joyner clear of the field right now, but here comes the run. Joshua King, he's going to be on the outside. Get a good push from Wilson. Can't pull fully side by side. They're not getting really too aggressive with the side drafting yet. We'll probably see later in this race they'll be all over each other's doors. Side drafting into the corners. Right now, King just kind of taking his time, getting the good pushes from Wilson. It's taking a good run off turn 2 here. I don't think they're going to be able to clear going down to turn 3, but a great run.
King might be able to slot down.
Clear.
No, he's not going to take it though.
Barely clear there.
I think he likes his drafting partner Wilson up top.
That's all. Other thing, you kind of want to build trust with some guys. If you got some of your teammates, but
Wilson goes to the bottom now. That was a very tight position right there. I think he saw himself in between himself and Bryn George, I believe, right there. That was a very tight. That's gonna allow Latham Joyner and Bladen Edwards to pull away now.
It's now King. He fell back now side by side with Bryn George. Is now Wilson's. He's clear the bottom, and now Bryn George almost cleared the bottom there. But Wilson hopped back up with King. I was mentioning you learned it just before he made that move. But you kind of want to build trust in some of the drivers here. You know, you want to work with some drafting partners. You don't really want to leave them early on, or have someone to help you at the end of the race. Say if you don't have any teammates. Some guys out here tonight, Latham Joyner is one of them. You know, he doesn't have any teammates here tonight, so kind of a loner out there, and just kind of work with other people and just tag along. But currently he qualified on pole, and he's just holding that front right now. But it's now Bladen Edwards. He tried to look high there in the entry to 1 and 2. Is now the top 5 are clear, top 6 now clear the outside lane.
Yeah, single filing out right now. One car goes to the top. Joshua King looks high, but he slots back down low. Here comes a run from the outside lane. I think that's Jake Raven still on the outside trying to make it work. He's getting shown from the 31 of Randy Schuler on the outside lane, trying to make something happen. But I don't know if this is going to be able to close the gap enough in the next few laps. Because once you kind of lose that run, it's kind of hard to build that momentum unless you get some cars up the top side. And but he's already up to 5th now, 6th. He could saw himself down into the inside lane shortly here. Well, they have a really good run, actually.
A lot of wiggling on that inside lane.
Already up to 3rd
now. A lot of wiggling
now.
on the inside lane. Everyone seems to be struggling there. But yeah, now, as I was mentioning, the outside lane has a lot less cars now. Most guys went to the bottom, just kind of ride the bottom. But Joshua Kidd, Jake Raven making it work on the outside with Randy Schuler. They're going to be side by side almost with Edwards here for 2nd.
These
not
two
able to get
working
there, but
really well. As though one car almost in the outside wall, that's CO2 of Anthony Hutchinson. I heard him hit the outside wall sports fine from his car, but I think he's okay. So here comes Wilson. He's peeking.
Wilson, we got caution!
And that's going to be Dan Ames around in the grass. Spun around lap 12. First caution in the night.
Just looking at that, I think it was just a bad judgment. Just trying to get up to the outside, and had it's the 48. Ledesma had a really good big run. They both made contact off turn 4 there.
I don't think Ames thought he was going to be on the outside of him. I'm guessing, because they kind of just met in the middle somewhat. Looks of it. Looks like the 89 came up a little bit more than the 48 came down, but that's gonna bring out the first caution of the night here at Daytona. As pit stops are probably gonna happen here for fuel, not exactly for tire reasons, but I'm guessing the whole field's gonna be paying down here with the fuel situation.
Yeah, if it was close on fuel here. We'll have to get a fuel number here in a second, but definitely for some of these front runners, you've seen Jake Raven. He was up there on the top for a good bit. Latham Joyner, he was leading the pack, so they probably want to come down and top it off on fuel. It'll be an easy one stop here. Still can't make it on one more stop as pit road is open. As here comes Latham Joyner. He's gonna go down pit road.
Few drivers not electing to pit here. Very interesting strategy. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's very. Because I think at this point you can probably make a one-stop due to pitting here, but I don't know. Be interesting to see how this plays out here.
Yeah, so we have 5. So we have six drivers stay on the racetrack. As we were kind of seeing earlier, everyone was kind of taking their time. They're not really going 3 wide. Maybe these guys, they just want to stay out, try and get that track position, maybe catch a caution in about 10, 15 more laps before they have to pit again. And then everyone else will pit, and hopefully they can stay out up in front. But it's just some notable drivers. Kenny Kuko, Drafty Beef, they're going to go for the back, and they're going to move up to the top 6 here. Also, another one that is the 38 car. That's Jeffrey Nagengas. He was in the back. He was towards the back of the pack. Now he's going to be on 6. He's going to be the last guy that stays out.
Yeah. Also, track position play a factor. I mean, I don't know if it's exactly gridlock, as you would say. I guess you could call it, but I think people can make some moves, go to the back to the front. But I think track position does play a little bit of a factor into this decision.
Yeah, as Lathan Joyner, he came in first, went out first, so he'll be lining up P7. So didn't really lose. Actually, no, sorry, he did not come out first.
He came out third, I believe. Third, maybe third or fourth.
Fourth. He came out fourth. Bryn George will be 7. So he was running up there toward the front hill, so he'll be out there. So these top 6, expect them to pit soon. Expect them to pit, or they're gonna pit have to pit like 10, 15 laps earlier than everyone else now.
We're gonna take a quick 1-minute break here, and we'll be right back before the green flag. Hello everyone, we are back here at Daytona, and we're about to go green on the back and go back green after the first caution. They're on the back trailer right now, and Aaron Brown got us a fuel number during that little break there. It's about 37 laps, give or take. Probably gonna be a little bit more due to the draft, but with that information, they can definitely make it to one stop no matter what. So even the guys that stayed out here or pitted, they still have to pit at least one more time.
Yeah, so now this top 6, so Edwards, Wilson, Puck, Beef, Kuko, and Nagengas, so they're gonna have to pit around probably lap 35 to 40 in that range. Depends on how much they were saving. Just iRacing told me 37, so that I'm assuming that's just by yourself. So maybe with a little bit of draft, but we'll have to see how that turns out. So most of these guys will be starting with 45 to go. So everyone's gonna be about 10 laps short. Everyone who pitted there. So see how that goes out. Space Coast's gonna turn off on pit road.
We'll go back green here on lap 15 into the guy goes to reset zone. And green flag is out. We're racing back here at Daytona. Great start for the top 2. They instantly go single file.
Yeah, we had a really good restart. Wilson's gonna slot right in as Caden Huck. He's gonna slot in right behind. Actually, no, not Caden Huck. Drafted Beef. He's gonna slot in right behind Caden Huck. As the top 6 all single files. They're 3 wide. 3 out of the back.
That's Joshua King.
Goes up to the wall, just trying to drop back.
Joshua King getting pushed by Latham Joyner. Big run on the outside lane.
Jake Raven, huge run. Big push from Latham Joyner. Check him on the bottom. They're gonna fly by the entire field. On the outside, huge run coming from the 37 and the 3 car on the outside.
They could take the lead.
Go all the way to the race lead.
What a move from those 2 drivers. Great tandeming. Will Latham Joyner be able to clear? It's about yes, you will. And
he's gonna be inside of Raven for the lead. Contact.
Raven was not clear there. I thought he was... Yeah. As Latham Jordan's in the inside lane, he's going to take this race lead back. Back to the lead goes Latham Jordan. What a move from those two drivers.
Yeah, Latham Jordan wasted no time getting back to the race lead after the pit stop. And now he's going to be leading the field. As Jake Raven, he's fallen all the way back to 5th. The outside dying out once again. Now nagging gas, he's going to be on the back one for Raven. Going to try and get that outside lane momentum back again. But as I mentioned the teams earlier, Adrian Esports, Brent George, Brady Floyd, they're together on the outside lane there. They're 2 cars though, so they're not going to have as much help as the other teams earlier this. As the other team is Kuko Motorsports. They got 4 drivers in the field now, so we'll see how they tandem out later in the race. As teamwork's gonna be very important here tonight. As you see on the super speedways, yeah, sees up the racetrack, very wiggling there, right behind Jake Raven. He's gonna kill the outside lane, kill outside lane momentum again.
As Bryn George slots the inside now. As here comes one driver to the outside lane. That's Hayden Huck to the outside. No, that's Drafty Beef to the outside in the 13 machine. Gonna try work with Jake Raven. And what?
Hayden Huck, he's gonna hop up too.
As here comes the outside lane. Oh, they kind of get a little wobbly off of 4. And that's gonna lose a lot of momentum to the outside and inside lane. Here they come.
That's gonna allow Kenny Kuko. That's gonna allow Kenny Kuko up to the outside lane. And I mentioned earlier, Kuko Motorsports, 1, 2, 3 on the outside lane. Kuko, Huck, and Beef all on the outside there. Now the outside lane, 2 teams pretty much occupying that outside lane, so they might be able to get the outside lane moving a little bit better than what it was earlier. All communication, compared to some other drivers who just by themselves here tonight, don't really have a team.
Yeah, most likely all these teams are in the same voice chat, talking to each other in the same time. At the same time, and trying to work with each other, and that's what really separates. It's not just being on the same team; it's just communication, being in the same voice chat. I mean, even if you're not even on the same team, if you're still in the same voice chat, you can definitely work together a lot better.
You can communicate your run. Like, want to plan a run, you get a good run, back off a little bit, coming off turn 2, you can get 2 to 3 clear on the outside. And you just take the run, put it together, just get the good push. Communicate the pushing. It's just all much better. Super Speedway, really good with really good communication. That's definitely another skill. So you get some like we call the short tracks, you call them skill tracks as well. The Super Speedway, whole different skill set. You gotta be better with how you plan your run, plan your move, plan your communication with your teammates and other people you're working with. So a whole different skill set that some people are really good at, compared to others.
Yeah, it's kind of like a chess match in the sense as here comes Joshua King to the outside lane. Outside lane forming a little bit of a run here.
You have Joshua King, as you said, he's gonna get help from Kenny Kuko on the outside lane.
A little bit of side draft, I think.
Right now, King just trying to get the run from Kuko, the inside, just stay on the bottom there as Jacob Wilson, he's kind of moving up a little bit.
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about going to the top side against some air. That's one thing to note. In these cars, if you're tandem too much, you definitely need some. Your water temp goes up a lot, and you need to peek out and get some air. I think that's what some of these drivers had to do earlier. So one car on the outside wall, Brady Floyd, and that's Jeffrey Nagget.
We see Nagas earlier. He just seemed to be struggling with the handling of his car. He seems a little darty around that. That's also another thing. These cars seem a little bit more pointy compared to the Cup car. Just steering ratio and offset, just the way they handle. Meanwhile, yeah, Joshua King, you got the help from Braden Edwards. Braden Edwards moved up to the top. Now here comes the outside. Latham Jordan, he's going to lose that race lead.
Will they come down to the bottom? Braden Edwards stays up top.
Edwards just want to leave King up on the outside there. Latham Jordan on the bottom, going to try and side draft a little bit off the corner exit. Edwards going to get a good run. He's going to get a good push from Joshua King.
He's going to lead this lap right here. And one thing I know about the past few races, it's been basically domination. Whoever's led the most laps really just won the race. I mean, we saw in Iowa, Michael Wiseman leading 137 laps. Absolute domination. Brady Floyd 71 laps led. Bryn George last week 125 laps led. So it's really been about domination. Who's been out front most of these races? Who has won the race? Here tonight might be a little different of a story, but that's really key for this season so far.
I mentioned at the end of the broadcast last week of our points, Brady Floyd didn't really have a good finish at Dover, and Jim Thorndike, he's been solid the past couple weeks, and he's actually moved up to second, only 3 points back from Brady Floyd. So we'll have to see how eager he will be for that points lead tonight. But Brady Floyd he wanted Texas. He's already locked in, so he can be a little bit more aggressive with his strategies compared to like some of the Jim Thorndike. Jim Thorndike, he's second. He's second in the points, but he's not locked in to the playoffs yet because he hasn't got that win. But he's been very consistent. He hasn't really been race-winning pace, but he's been up there, top 5, top 3, past couple weeks. So it'll be interesting to see how the points will shake up with him tonight if he can take that points lead away from Brady Floyd.
Yeah, it's obviously you don't want to worry about 2 points too much as a driver right now. It's only race 4, but you still gotta worry about him a little bit as they're really racing up front here right now. Joshua King side by side with Bladen Edwards. As Edwards moved to the bottom, he might go back up top because him and King worked really well together. But Latham Jordan's been a really good pusher too, so it's always good to have options here at Daytona of who you want pushing you behind.
Right now that outside just kind of died off. Edwards left King on the top.
One car going to the back. Actually, go through the grass slightly there. I think that's who's that? Anthony Hutchinson falling back. He just intentionally went to the back there, but pit stops are going to be happening here pretty shortly in the next 10 or so laps. Maybe longer, actually. So, but it's still something to keep an eye out for. These guys might short pit here, and if you short pit, you have to take less fuel also. So that could be a strategy call there for some drivers, some teams, maybe down pit lane early. Here comes Latham Jordan to the top side.
Jordan, he wants that race lead again, wants to have that control of the pack. A pretty important thing, especially with the lower power cars. It's kind of hard to move up. It's not really big gridlock. Everyone's just kind of, just kind of taking their time. The outside lane is just struggling to move up. So Latham Jordan, he wants to get to that bottom, be able to work both lanes if he has to, and he's going to get that push from Joshua King. But he's not going to get clear of Edwards going out of turn 3. He's going to side draft Edwards really good in turn 3, but Edwards will be able to clear off 4, but will he move up? He's going to stand on the bottom. Jacob Wilson a little wiggly on the bottom. He's going to kill the inside lane, run a little bit more. Assisting the travel with the shorter distance around the racetrack, but Latham Jordan, really good run on the outside lane still with Joshua King.
That's side by side all throughout the pack as Joshua King completely sideways there, very wiggly as his drivers. Remember, on older tires, maybe Joshua King he pitted last time by, but it was only a 7-second pit stop. So I mean, tire wear not a big issue, but I mean, slight tire wear could be a little bit of a factor. You won't be able to be as nimble and move around as much as you want with as much grip as you had earlier in the race.
Well, with the newer tires, you can be more aggressive with the moves. Like if you're trying to quickly get down to the bottom, quickly get up to the top, you can be definitely a lot more aggressive with the newer tires. So Latham Jordan is still working the outside lane again. They're just both side by side, not really be able to get the good run on the top and be able to clear Edwards. Edwards and Wilson working very well on the bottom, able to keep Latham Jordan and Joshua King from clearing them from the outside lane. Right now, Edwards and Wilson be able to get Edwards out clear off the corner, but Latham Joyner has got to run. Edwards looked up a little bit there, but Joyner and King with a really good run once again. Not gonna be able to get there. They can't really get more than about half a furlong clear off the corner.
Yeah, it's
Edwards and Wilson really good tandeming on the bottom.
Yeah, there's really good on the bottom side right now. As here comes Edwards to the top side. Maybe a little defense, or maybe he just likes Latham Joyner's pushing a little bit better. But here comes Wilson now to the bottom side, getting pushed by Bryn George. I think
he's going to go back to the bottom. He's going to work both lanes.
Yeah, working both
lanes. The outside lane. Meanwhile, the outside lane's falling apart. It's just Joshua King and Latham Joyner getting Huck, Drake Raven. They're not really being able to keep up. But now that's going to allow another driver up. That's going to be Kenny Kuko. He's gonna look up, but
Oh,
now he's gonna go back.
contact
Oh,
in the
the wreck in the back! Brady Floyd around!
Daffy Beef around into the grass they go. No
Big
caution out
wreck!
yet.
No caution yet as
Oh, there.
Shane King's gonna come up the racetrack.
That's
Nagging
the
gas, and there's the caution.
massive wreck right there. I think 6-7 cars involved there. Nick Wheeler involved there. Shane King involved. And Daffy Beef involved. We saw Brady Floyd.
Nick Wheeler involved as well.
Let's take a look what happened there. This looks like... Let's see if we can get a better view of this one. The chopper cam.
Just Brady Floyd nagging gas and Raven 3 wide. And off down the back straightaway. Just a gap. Brady Floyd decided to shoot a gap and just got a little wiggly. Got in there. Jake Raven got out of the drafty beef. They both made contact. And Brady Floyd went around in the grass. And that just collected a lot more accordion drivers. Big wreck is, oh wow. Randy Schuler, he made it through that. This one driver that made it through that.
Look at who's that? That was Daniel Lund. What a move for me. I got on board for that 30 machine. Absolutely insane move. You split him like right in the middle there. Let's go on board this driver. Oh, he got hit at the end there, but he made it through the main wreck there. He got hit by who's
Got hit by Jeffrey Nagging Gas. Nagging Gas came down the racetrack onto the apron, made contact. But Randy Schuler, he seems like the only one that was behind the wreck that got through. As everyone's gonna come down pit road now, everyone can easily make it to the end on fuel.
Even Randy Schuler got a little bit of damage, so no one was really safe there in the whole pack and the behind there, but pit stops happening up front.
A lot of drivers gonna have to take a fast repair here. So that now the back in the field, some guys in the back, they're gonna have to take their fast repair. They're not gonna be able to race this aggressive towards the end of this race if they want to finish on lead lap, just get a good finish. As everyone came down pit road there. No one stayed out. Everyone comes down for at least
really
a full
make
tank.
it good
of
to
fuel.
go to the end right here, I believe.
There'll be plenty. Yeah, there'll be plenty good to the end, even with all the green white checkers as well.
Yeah, so it'd be good to see him here.
This time by, we'll be halfway in the race, so.
As Joshua King will lead us to the green when we come back. Hello everyone, we're back here at Daytona. Halfway through the race, 30 laps complete, 30 more to go. As Joshua King leads to the green this time by. Aaron, what's your thoughts on the first half and what are you looking forward to see in the second half of this race?
First half of the race, we've seen a lot. Everyone being very calm. No one really taking it 3 wide as of yet. But I'm thinking the second half of the race, the intensity's going to pick up. Everyone's good on fuel now, so it's all trying to fight for that track position. We're probably going to see a lot more 3 wide moves, a lot more pushing and shoving. We might see a couple bad pushes go wrong now, but we'll see. Latham Joyner will be he's just setting up P3. We'll see how aggressive he is for that race lead. His pace car's going to pull off on a pit road and go into the Geico Research Zone. We're back on our way to Daytona.
Ready to do battle here for 30 more laps. That's great start from Joshua King, but he might be a sitting duck here.
Yeah, Brent George on a great start on the outside. He's lost his help. No help behind him. Next closest car behind him is Clay Sampson. It's like 2 cars back from the bottom. And now Latham Joyner is going to draft up to Joshua King. Not going to have a run to take. The outside lane, it's got it. Struggling to get formed here. Jim Thornton, he's going to hop up, going to try and make that move work. Here comes Jacob Wilson. He's going to go to the outside of Latham Joyner now.
Wilson looking for the race lead here.
Wilson on the outside, side by side with Joyner. Going to try and get that side draft, but he's going to fall out.
The outside
Joyner
lane,
and Kane, they're going to be clear.
The outside lane just isn't formed up yet. They only have 4 cars up there. They're not really together except the top 2. They're going to fall back just a little bit. As Kenny Kuko up to 3rd now.
Kuko, he's been strong this season. He's going to try and get another good finish for tonight and trying to pick up some good points. He hasn't won yet, but he's definitely looking for a race win. Maybe to try and lock himself in the playoffs. He's going to look for the outside for the race lead. Now Joshua King, he's going to need a good push from Kenny Kuko. Not really good push. Latham Jordan is going to be clear going out of turn 3, and he's going to clear King down as Latham Jordan is going to take the race lead and maybe try and work both lanes this time.
Yeah,
see how aggressive he is for this race lead, but he's not going to move up as here comes the run. Jacob Wilson on the outside. Big run, big push from Brent George. Wilson, he's going to clear Latham Jordan for the race lead. Brent George will as well. They're both going to move to the bottom. Now Latham Jordan's boxed in with Jake Raven.
Jacob Wilson to the race lead. Brent George 2nd. Latham Jordan 3rd. How aggressive will these drivers be with 25 laps to go? Still early in this race to probably throw some major blocks. But you never know what these drivers are thinking.
As here comes JD Van Kirk now. He's been in the back. We haven't seen him much tonight. He's giving that push to Jake Raven. Going to the outside run again, and now Raven. He's going to have a good run. He's going to look to the outside. Oh, block! Van Kirk in the wall behind. Joshua King's involved. Let us fall around. Thorndike. Multiple cars involved. Caution is out. Multiple cars go around. Kenny Kuko, heavy front end damage. Jim Thorndike, heavy damage as well. Many cars involved there.
Clay Sampson around. Van Kirk involved. Anthony Hutchinson involved. That right there is probably the big one for tonight right there. A lot of cars involved, but thankfully most of these drivers still have a fast spur left. Let's take a look at what happened there. Kind of saw a lot there, but I think Van Kirk just hit the outside wall and I really just stacked up the whole field.
Yeah, Wilson threw that block on Raven. Raven tried to go to the outside. Van Kirk tried to follow, just got in the wall, and Ledesma behind him just try to check up. And Brent George, Brady Floyd just didn't expect a big checkup. Just got into George Ledesma and it turned JD Van Kirk down to the inside and Ledesma down to the inside into Joshua King, Kenny Kuko, Jim Thorndike. He got ran over behind. Just some drivers didn't see the wreck happening. Clay Sampson, multiple cars involved, more accordion and just an accordion from the back. Marty White involved, Anthony Hutchinson involved as well. I believe most of those drivers still had their fast repair left.
Yeah, I think most, if not. Ledesma did not.
Look, I don't think he didn't really get that much damage from that wreck. He got
Yeah, but looking at my screen, it looked like everyone does have a faster per left that was involved in that wreck, thankfully. They can get that all repaired on pit lane. But Kuko either didn't have it selected or he's not gonna take it. Because looking on my no, it looks like he did take it. I don't know why my timing screen's not saying he took it, but no, there it is. So off of pit lane he goes, he did take a faster per there. But Gordon Dyke still has not been out pit lane yet. Marty Witt hasn't been out pit lane yet. Anthony Hutchinson hasn't been out pit lane yet. So these drivers probably have to pit this time by to have a chance to take their faster pair here.
As you were saying, the aggression's starting to pick up, and Jake Raven had the run with JD Van Kirk on the outside, and just Jacob Wilson just didn't want to lose that race lead. Just came up, and just Van Kirk just got on the ball and just caused a big accordion pretty much through the entire field. And then another big wreck here tonight is there's still we're going to restart probably with about 21 laps to go, so a lot of time still left for a lot of wrecks to happen. Currently, I don't think anyone has DNF'd the race so far. Dan Ama is the only one DNF. He's 15 laps down out of the race. So, thankfully, everyone's still in this race so far. We started with 25, and we only lost one. So, currently, everyone's kept it clean so far. We'll see. Hopefully, everyone can get back in it, and we'll have hopefully, won't have another big one.
Yeah, it's probably the biggest trick we've seen tonight. That and the one on the back straightaway. But Bryn George in the race lead. Don't want to pay again for fuel, and it should be easily be able to make the in with this caution. Just you can save a little bit more fuel under caution than you can on the green, obviously. So this should be pretty much easily a no-stop race left for for all these drivers, unless they get some damage.
And I think that track position is gonna be important, especially if it comes down to a rematch record. Really can't really move up a lot of the time unless you're in that top 5. Don't really maybe top 5, top 6. I don't really see a great chance for you if you're in the top. If you're on a rematch record, if you're in the top, if you're outside the top 6. So track position is gonna be very important. Bryn George, he's gonna be a race leader. Jake Raven's gonna be second. So Jake Raven, he ends up getting second out of all that
Carnage right there.
Carnage, yeah. All that calamity. Latham Jordan, he's fell back to P4 from that. Jacob Wilson, he will be in third. So we believe we'll be coming to 1 lap to green this time by.
Yeah, let's take a look at our most positions gains of about 38 laps into this race. Looks like Daniel Lund has gained the most positions, 14 spots up. Nick Wheeler 11 and Brady Ford 10. So is up. No, I'm just wait. Okay, it keeps changing, I guess. But that's okay. That's the top 5 right now for most positions gained. So 14 is the most as it changes yet again. But yeah. So 14 positions. So I mean, from my position, looking at the broadcast booth wise, you can easily come from the back to the front. It's not easy, but it's definitely doable. Like these drivers that just got involved in that wreck, they might be starting in the back, but they can definitely make their way forward lap by lap and have themselves set up for a good position to win this race late.
Yeah, and I mentioned now we're getting into the latest race later in the race. The teamwork's to be very important here tonight. As I mentioned earlier, we have the teammates Adrian Esports, Kenny Kuko Motorsports, and another one I forgot to mention. And how many drivers here tonight? With 5 drivers here tonight in the field, Royalty Motorsports, very a lot of drivers. They have a 6-driver team. The only one here tonight, not here tonight, is Matt Frunze. That's the Kings, Jake Turner, Kelly Akron, and Nick Wheeler. They're all in here tonight. They all got believe all got some incidents, so they got to be a little bit careful trying to work through the field. But if they all get together and they can maybe stop everyone from making their moves, so they can get control of the race, the both lanes.
Yeah, a lot of comers and goers shut the field, but the top 3 have about top 3, 4 have been up front most of this race. Bryn George, Jake Raven, Jacob Wilson, and Latham Joyner. So These guys have definitely been pretty dominant this race as Bryn George got on the gas early. Inside lane, get a good start.
Yeah, Jake Raven just a little slow on that restart to check out the outside lane. Latham Jordan's going to be right behind him. Latham Jordan's going to move to the bottom. And now here comes Brady Floyd. We've seen him before. On really good on super speedways. And now he's up to the front. He likes control. So he'll probably be up there with Latham Jordan. Going to try and fight for the control of the field. Brady Floyd, Latham Jordan, Jacob Wilson and Bryn George all on the bottom lined up together right now. Jake Raven's holding the outside by himself so far, but he has no help. 4 or 5 cars back is his closest help.
All by himself right there. Jake Raven on the top side. Not falling back as much as I thought he would, but on the straightaway, I think we're going to see how much he's going to fall back right here.
He actually got a really good run. The inside's changing up a little bit. Jake Raven, solo man on the top side, making it work. Still side by side with Brady Floyd. The 88 car on the outside. Nick Wheeler, he's a couple cars back now. He might be able to move back up. Here comes Latham Jordan.
And now the outside lane's forming up here.
Here comes the outside lane. Now, how will Brent George defend this? Will he move up? Brent George, he's going to move up. He's going to block that outside lane of Jake Raven. Jake Raven's going to go bottom. Here comes the middle. 3 wide for Latham Jordan.
Oh,
bad push for Brent George. Sideways. Brent George going to go around.
Right in front of the field.
Multiple cars around. The caution is out. Big run. The big one. Again, multiple cars involved.
Blown engines and they're still wrecking the back.
Brady Floyd went to the infield. Brady Floyd, oh, another one, a big name there. Brady Floyd, a big hit to the inside wall. He's going to be done for tonight. He already took his fast spare from the other wreck.
Joshua King's okay. Jaffe Beef's okay. Looking at people who have already taken their fast spare. Jake Raven's okay. He has a little left front damage, but nothing too major. Most drivers that have taken fast spare seem to be okay, but let's take a look at what happened there. Right in front of the field, Bryn George gets just a bad bump handed to him right there, and around he goes.
He tried to block the middle, and it was just uneven push from Latham Jordan. The Latham Jordan looks like he wanted to kind of shoot that gap in the middle. Thought Bryn George was going to stay up to the top side. Just an uneven push. Bryn George went up to the outside wall, lost the back end, came down into Latham Joyner and turned Jacob Wilson up the racetrack right in front of the entire field. Multiple cars through that wreck. Multiple cars in that wreck there. Multiple guys just keeping up against the outside wall.
And that was a big one right there. Second big one of the night. And both happening in the turn 3 and on the back straightaway.
So, another fortunate one there for also another one, Brady Floyd. He was just kind of an innocent bystander, just got hit from the outside and just got hit all the way down to the inside wall. He's going to be out of the race tonight, or heavy damage. He's been pit road for a while. Multiple cars destroyed, and now we're going to start seeing some DNFs, unfortunately, here tonight, as you see Brent George, Brady Floyd, they're coming down pit road. Latham Joyner, Jacob Wilson. George Lettisman, they were all, most of those were all front runners here tonight. Now they're all heavily damaged and now they're going to have to go to the back lead.
Unfortunate for those drivers. 19 laps to go. We're going to go green with 17 to go. We're going to take a quick break, our last break of the night, and we'll be right back before the green flag. Hello, everyone. It's coming to 17 laps to go here at Daytona. Shane King and Marty White on the front row. Man, we saw some interesting battles or some blocks, passes. That last restart there. What will we expect here with 17 to go?
I expected only amp up more,
Yeah.
but as you mentioned, Shane King, Marty White, so third, Anthony Hutchinson, they've been to the back most of the race, just taking it easy, taking their time, staying out of the incidents, and now look at them. They're all the top three. They're in a great position for the final quarter of this race. As that's another strategy, sit in the back just to avoid the wrecks. Now Shane King, he's gonna lead in the green, pace cars off, and we're about to go back racing here at Daytona.
Pace car off, Shane King on the loud pedal, and green flag is out. 17 laps to go. 17 laps to decide who will win this race.
That's Marty White. He's a little slow on the restart. Drafty Beef looked high a little bit. Now the outside's going to build a little bit. Kuko on the back bumper. Beef. The outside's going to build. Shane King losing his run on the bottom. Hutchinson not really close to him. Here comes the outside. Marty White is full alongside here. Will be able to clear down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway. Outside really building a big momentum here. A huge run coming from behind. That's a 78. Of Kelly Akron on the outside, and fourth to the outside. Drafty Beef is going to go to the inside of Marty White for the race lead.
What a move.
And that's going to kill. That's going to be a big gap in the outside lane. Cook on the bottom, and with Drafty Beef now. Kelly Akron contact. That's straight kill on the round goes to Anthony Hutchinson. Cautions out again. Another wreck. Latham Turner involved.
Range Rover spinning. Latham Turner backwards on the grass there.
Multiple cars involved again. Just, I think how that one happened, Jacob Turner looked three wide. Akron thought he was clear. Akron thought he was clear. I thought Jacob Turner was moving to the bottom, and they both met in the middle, made contact. Kelly Akron mostly okay in that. Only lost the back bumper. Can easily get that repaired. But Anthony Hutchinson got a lot of damage out of that. Another one to get a lot of damage out of that. Multiple cars around through the grass. Jake Raven through the grass. Bryn George in the grass. Latham Turner got a lot of damage from that as he had gotten that last wreck. So, actually, I don't think he might have not gotten a whole bunch.
Yeah, you can't really tell visually, but I mean, he did hit pretty hard into, I believe it was Anthony Hutchinson spinning around in front of him.
Yeah, Anthony Hutchinson just got tagged from the outside of Kelly Akron, and Ella Hutchinson just spun around right in the field again. Another one right there, the 62 Jacob Turner. Actually, sorry, that was I believe that was mid-tier. Yeah, that was mid-tier. Mid-tier with the gap in the middle there. Multiple more cars involved in that wreck, as a lot of damage for a couple of cars. Have to see Kelly Akron damage to that back bumper. See how that 78 machine be able to repair and maybe still be able to race up to the front.
Now Latham Jordan shows the faster pair left, so he can fix his car. He might not elect to take it, because visually he doesn't have too badly damaged machine there, but Clay Sampson, he took his fast repair. Gray Floyd's gonna be out of the race. He's just fixing his damage from earlier. Anthony Hutchinson,
he hit that inside wall hard on that last wreck.
The Hutchinson looks like he's fixed some of his damage there. I think he took a fast repair. No, he did not, actually. He still has a lot of back end damage, so not sure where he came up here lane so early, but a lot of damage from a lot of gyros, and this is kind of where it's gonna be who's gonna be the cleanest car, really. That's what it's coming down to with 15 to go. You go back with 13 laps to go though. But it's gonna be I really don't know who's gonna win this race. It's a top 5 is completely different than where we started at with the guys who up front most of this race.
Just the aggression picking up and just causing more incidents. Everyone's trying to go 3 wide, trying to move up through the pack. As it's just now we're just taking laps away under caution. As now Drafty Beef, he'll take the race lead with Kenny Kuko behind him. So those drivers been able to stay clean most of the night. Kenny Kuko, he got 1 incident. Drafty Beef, he also got in 1, so they're up to the front now.
Is going on the green this time by, I believe, yes. As Bravely just off of pit lane. So gonna come to 13 laps to go this time by when we go back green. Jaffe Beef, Kenny Kuko on the front row, Shane King in third, Marty White fourth, and Jim Thorndike again late in this race. He's where he needs to be. He's already used his fast repair though. Whole top 5 has. Jacob Wilson hasn't used his fast. There's only 2 drivers that have not used their fast repair this race. Jacob Wilson in P12 and Layden Edwards in P7. Both have not used their fast repair for tonight, so they can be a little more aggressive than these other drivers since they still have a backup car to go to. So that's going to be one thing to look out for. Those 2 drivers could be a little aggressive here coming down into the single-digit laps right here.
As you see, some drivers, they had damage. Brady Floyd had damage. Kelly Akron had damage. So we'll see how bad of damage that will affect. I don't know if I don't think they have got fully of their damage repaired, but they might be mostly okay if they can get their damage fully repaired, and maybe might be able to make their way back up to the field. Got a couple of Jake Raven. He's got a little rear end damage there. He's gonna be starting around kind of middle of the pack and 10th. But another name that we haven't really seen tonight, mostly just kind of hanging around. Jim Thorndike, he's going to restart P5. He got in a wreck earlier, so he took his fast repair. As the pace car is going to pull off, and Drafty Beef is going to bring him back to green here at Daytona.
13 laps to go. Here we go. Green flag is out. We're racing back here at Daytona. As Kenny
Drafty
Kuko,
Beef is going to have Kenny Kuko right behind him.
Not to slot in, no. Not in time.
Not going to let him slot in.
I don't know if he second guessed himself there, if he wasn't clear, but he was clear for a second. He could have came down, but he decided just to stay up top. But now behind him is going to be Marty White, going to push him.
Layden Edwards going to try and make the outside work. Only 3 cars in the outside lane right now. So I'll have the inside to surge, but they're all really tight. Oh, Kuko almost around. Marty White into the mid-tier. Mid-tier down to the inside. Whoa, almost.
He kept out the wall, but he's going to lose so much time. Already down to 20th, last place on the lead lap. He's going to go back up to a race lead. The top 5 pulled away from the big time, but Jaffe Beef a sitting duck all alone in front of him. Here comes
Jim Thorndike
to the top side.
Jim Thorndike, 3 points out of the points lead. Coming into tonight, he's going to look for that points lead here tonight. Maybe even a race win, but here comes another one. Another one we've seen all night up front. Latham Joyner, he's got the run on the outside lane. Here comes Joshua King. He's going to try and push him on the outside lane. They got a good run. Here comes Drafty Beef. He's got a good run with Kenny Kuko. Almost looked through wide there. Jim Thorndike, he's going to move off the racetrack a little bit. Maybe block that outside run from Latham Joyner. Joshua King going to be on the back home for Latham Joyner now into turn 3 and 4. Can they get to the outside of Jim Thorndike? Not going to be able to get there.
Coming down into 11 laps to go this time by. Jim Thorndike, your race leader, looking for that points lead right now with Brady Floyd not looking too good in 18th place. The points lead is up for grabs right now.
Yeah, but also a race win will lock you in that playoffs as long as you make 6 of the 9 regular season races. So Jim Thorndike will probably would like to know that he's locked in no matter what. But right now, Latham Joyner, he's going to move to the outside. He's got a good run with Joshua King, and now Bladen Edwards on the outside, and now Bryn George on the outside now. 4 cars on the outside. Latham Joyner's going to move to the bottom. Now it's going to make it 3 on the outside. It's gonna outside lane go struggle again. Gonna have to try and get Layton back up on the outside lane. Layton Jordan are clear for the lead now. But here comes Thorndike. He's gonna block up. He's gonna block Joshua King. They're trying. They're gonna keep swapping for this race lead now.
Yeah, Jim Thorndike, Joshua King looking well together. Jim Thorndike down to the bottom side from Latham Joyner, Joshua King, and Bladen Edwards up top.
Brent George, we've seen him up front. He's been trying to get control of the lead, control of the pack earlier. Got caught in that incident from the race lead, and now now he's on the outside. Jim Thorndike right in front of Latham Jordan on the bottom, but Joshua King and Bladen Edwards faster on the top. King's gonna go to the bottom. Latham Jordan almost to Brent George there.
They keep it straight though.
Oh, they're wrecking in the back.
Caution is out.
As Jacob turnaround, big damage to him. Jake Raven as well.
As that 37 machine is destroyed. Same with that's Wilson. He still has a fast speed left. Wilson does have a fast speed. He's one of the 2 drivers that do, and that's lucky for him. 9 laps to go. He can still use the fast speed to get back in this race. The Turner's most likely out, and Jake Raven's most likely out of this race tonight. As we did not see what happened there, so let's take a look at this one.
Just a 3-wide move. Wilson just looked like lost it a little bit going into the corner. Got down to the Jacob Turner, and it's hurt Jake Raven. Just bystander of that, just barely got hooked. Yeah, but big damage to Jacob Turner there. Blew the engine. Massive damage to him. Jake Raven, he
unfortunate for him.
He's got a little bit of front end damage.
Barely tagged in that 37 machine. Unfortunate, wrong place, wrong time for that guy. Big Raven. And his back end's completely destroyed, but he's still going right now. He can, I mean, he can still gain a few positions. But also one thing to note, we were talking about Jim Thorndike taking the points lead. Kenny Kuko's only 6 points back, also. So he has a chance to get to this points lead right now too.
Many drivers, yeah, like you said, Brady Floyd just not a really good race last week at Dover. Got an incident, just didn't really play the strategy right. And now tonight he's also got an incident, but now this caution is going to allow him to repair more damage. I'm not entirely sure how bad his damage is feeling for him, really. I know he probably got some real damage from that wreck, but wheel damage not really that hugely important here. As long as it's not really bad, you can still handle it. As long as you can handle it, just mainly want to fix that aero damage. The aero mostly looks okay. A little bit damage on that right side for him. If he can get that right front patched up and that right rear patched up, he might be okay and might be able to get back up front. But same with Anthony Hutchinson, he got a little bit of damage. Jacob Turner, he's done for the night. Jake Raven, he's got some aero damage to fix. He looks pretty good on the front. A little bit of damage, but mostly that rear bumper. If he can fix that rear bumper, he'll be back. He'll probably be able to move back up to the field. But also but that also doesn't account in the factor the engine damage. If they got engine damage or anything that limits their RPMs, that will definitely end your day very quickly, especially here at Daytona.
Yeah, with how big aero damage, engine, it's all basically very, very important overall, but engine damage is probably the most important, because aero you can get behind someone and be a pusher, maybe if you have a low aero damage. But engine damage, you can't really be a pusher or a leader at all. But most of these drivers up front pretty clean, but only one of them has a fast rear left, and it's great. Bladen Edwards out in 2nd place. He's the only driver in the field that has 1 fast rear left. So that's pretty impressive with coming to 7 laps to go.
And that's going to give him plenty of leverage here if he gets that. If he gets that,
yeah, he can be pretty aggressive.
In a wreck, he can come back here. So, but hopefully, if that wreck happens, hopefully he won't lose track position. Track position is going to be very important if we come down to green white checkered. So we're going to line them up. We're going to rack them up once again. We're going to restart with 6 laps to go this time, so the intensity is going to ramp up even more than what we've seen already. Just ever since we got past that halfway point, intensity just picked up more and more and more, and we've seen a lot more wrecks from it. And just the 3 wide moves gone wrong, bad pushes, just everyone's getting more aggressive. and wanting a race win here at Daytona.
Yep, coming to go. We gotta go. Come to green. We're 6 laps to go. So it'll be interesting to see how this plays out with the strategies for these drivers, and will they work with their teammates, or will they kind of just do their own thing? I mean, at this point in the race, you kind of got to do both, to be honest with you. You got if your teammates are the best chance of winning, then probably gotta work with your teammates. But if this random person, I guess, is the best chance of winning, you gotta work with this random person. You know, you had 55 or so laps to decide who's good, who's a good pusher, who's a good leader, and have used all the information these last few laps to decide.
Yeah, just like the teams here. I mean, I haven't really seen a whole bunch of teams really be close together. I mean, you have 2 big teams, Kuko Motorsports and Royalty Motorsports, but they're kind of all separated a little bit. I mean, well, you got Kenny Kuko and Draft to Beat, they're pretty close. You got Shane King and Joshua King, they're kind of close, but not like only really about 2-car packs. But that I mean, that may not be enough, but that's also that could 2 cars could get it done. He's tandem well. It comes down to a 2-car tandem. Could work out that way. But most of the other teams, Check 6 Motorsports, Ames has been out for a while. Angel Esports, briefly with heavy damage, so not really being able to help out Brent George with the pace car. He's going to pull off to the pit road, and Joshua King going to lead him back to the green at the World Center Racing.
Flag is out. 6 laps to go. Decide who's going to win this tonight's race. Going through the gears right now. Still double file throughout the whole field. Probably the best restart we've seen from both lanes all night long. The outside lane still there. Outside of Jim Thorndike is Bladen Edwards. He's going to push by Bryn George. Here comes run to the outside lane. Will they be able to do anything here?
Right now, Edwards trying to move to the outside lane. Just doesn't really have the help from Brent George, but on that restart, I thought it was a little close, but iRacing, black flag, Bladen Edwards there on that restart. Jumped the restart. So he's going to have to come down pit road, and that's going to be very big for him.
So 72 car race leader right now currently has a black flag, has to drive through penalty with 5 to go.
Yeah, he's gonna be hoping he gets a caution there once he gets down pit road. But right now he's gotta get down to the bottom first. But right now just the outside lane not really be able to clear the outside, clear the inside yet. But now the inside is gonna be a little separated now. The only Joshua King and Jim Thorndike on the bottom. But here comes Kenny Kuko. He's gonna try and slide and maybe make a move. Oh, Kenny Kuko really wiggly there, almost ran around. But now the outside lane both lanes back tightly packed together again. Bladen Edwards still's gonna serve that restart penalty, and he's leaving the outside lane right now.
If he can't get down to the bottom lane, he's just not able to serve it. I mean, he has about 2 laps to serve it, I believe. If I remember, I mean. We'll see what happens here. Will they be able to clear the inside lane of Joshua King? Down the back straightaway they go. These guys are really tight on each other right now.
Right now, everyone's looking for everything. The side drafting's more aggressive than what it was earlier. Just the pushing more aggressive. Will we see a 3-line move? We're coming to 3 laps to go. But right now, still got the leader of Bladen Edwards. He's going to serve his penalty. He might be able to cling this time. Yes, he will.
He has to come in this time. I think this will be the best opportunity for him. Gotta do it before the caution comes out.
Right now, Brent George, he's going to have help from Latham Joyner. They've been both wanting the control of the lead.
Joshua King on the apron. He'll lose that momentum to the inside lane. Here goes Brent George. Latham Joyner on the top side.
It's on the inside. It's not really not really hooked up well together right now. Latham Joyner and Brent George both working well on the outside. Brent George is going to be clear the bottom. He's going to be able to clear the bottom now.
As here comes Caden Huck on the outside trying to push Latham Joyner.
The problem is now Edwards, he's going to have to die the pit road. Will he?
This time.
He's not going to die. No, he's not going to die the pit road.
There's no reason to right now because he's coming to the white flag this next time by. To this point in this race,
Oh, but
just gotta stay
and
out.
now there it is. He didn't serve it in time. Edwards is going to be disqualified.
You see him
by
look out in a
iRacing.
second here.
But that's going to leave the hole on the bottom.
When will it happen? He's really pushing Bryn George right now. Here comes Joshua King to the top side. Being pushed by Latham Joyner.
As the intensity's ramping up here. Will
Hey, there he
we
goes.
see it clean and green?
He blinks out right
There's
there. He's out.
Edwards.
Bryn George all alone up front now since that happened. Coming to the white flag this time.
Here comes Sam Thorndike. He's not going to be able to clear Joshua
Will they
King.
make it?
Coming to the white flag, off turn 4, into the travel. 1 lap to go here at the World Center Racing. Who will be able to take the race win? Joshua King and Bryn George side by side now as they enter turn 1.
That's 2 by 2 through the whole field. Top 8 separate themselves.
Off turn 2, Bryn George not going to get clear. Jem Thorndike boxing on the bottom. Joshua King behind, on the outside of him. Little contact in the back.
Oh,
Kuko, he's going to get him to beat the wrecking behind him. But here comes the 87 car.
Joshua King to the race lead.
Joshua King to the lead. The 3 wide behind. Latham Joyner not really have a run.
Jem
Bryn George going
Thorndike
to get a
to the
big
inside,
push.
3
Jem
wide.
Thorndike going to be 3 wide.
Oh.
But Bryn George going to go around. Big right behind. But coming to the line, Joshua King all by himself. Thorndike going to have a run. Not going to be enough. Joshua King is going to win at Daytona.
Joshua King wins it after a wild crash behind in turn 3 and 4. And Jem Thorndike, Mr. Consistent, in second place yet again.
Jem Thorndike, great runs for him. Third at Texas, 3rd at Dover, and now a 2nd at Daytona. Came 97 thousandths short of a race win, but he will no doubt take the points lead away from Brady Floyd tonight.
What a final lap that was. Bryn George led, coming to the white, and not able to cap it off. As he kind of, well, I guess he didn't lead, but he was leading off of turn 4, and the guy behind him, Bladen Edwards, blinks, gets DQ behind him. Unfortunate for Bryn George, as that's basically killed his momentum there. But Joshua King, you're a race winner here tonight.
As he's gonna burn it down in the grass. Just got that race win, and that's gonna give him a lot of take the pressure away. We haven't really seen him up front most of these races, but now he's gonna be able to lock in to the playoffs. That must be a lot of pressure taken off of him. But another one here tonight. Randy Schuler, he's P3. He's another good points day for him.
Yeah, he was 4th in the championship. He could get the 2nd right now. Kenny Kuko, not a great finish in 11th place, and Brady Floyd in 12th. So points could be shaking up here right now. So as Joshua King, your race winner, we'll speak to our top 3 drivers after the break. We're back here live at Daytona. Gonna speak to our race winner, Joshua King.
Hey,
Joshua King. Oh yeah, so Joshua King, our race winner here tonight. You were so what was your game plan going in tonight, and how's this race win to you?
number one was patience. I got a lot of cars in the field from a team, so we're going to try to work together when we could, but then kind of run our own race and just try to avoid the wrecks. Fortunately, I missed most of them, and then just kind of it worked out to be in the front late. I knew I just had to kind of be patient and take my opportunity when I had it. That last minute wreck right behind me just kind of freed it all up.
All right. Well, another question I got for you tonight. So you were, I believe, I'm unsure. I think you're on the cut line going into the night, and so now you're locked into the playoffs with this win. How much pressure does that take off for you?
Oh, a ton. I'm going to miss next week's race. I knew coming in that this was one of my better chances. There's so many competitive drivers in this league that, the short tracks and some of the more finesse tracks, they can be tricky. So I knew coming in if I kept my cool, I could walk out with a dub and lock myself in. And yeah, it feels so awesome. It's my first league win ever, and feels really good.
All right. Well, before you send you off on your way here tonight, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, for sure. So Majestic Promotional Branded Apparel, they've been with me since the very beginning. Huge shout out to them. They're the reason I have everything I have. Speed Racing Network, SM Racing Products, and then huge shout out to my team members. We've just been working on becoming more of a team throughout this season and just building that chemistry. And Royalty Motorsports is our team. So we were on top in the team standings. Hopefully this will keep us there. And then now we got a driver locked into the playoffs. So let's go Royalty Motorsports.
All right. Well, that's our race winner, Joshua King. Congrats on the win, man, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Appreciate it. Thanks to you guys too. You guys do a great job.
Thank you. All right, and we'll bring in our second place finisher. We've seen him in the booth for the past 2 weeks. Jim Thorndike. This time he hops up on the second place step on the podium. How's it feel? Well, so what was your game plan going into tonight?
Survival. I just wanted to survive and have a chance at the end.
So I'm a little interested. So. About walking through that last restart, you avoided that big wreck. Almost got the win away from Joshua. But what do you think you could have done different to maybe steal that race win away?
I think if I would have went lower, or just a little bit earlier as the wreck started happening, I would have been able to got Josh's draft and maybe draft up enough out of 4 to get to him, but I didn't go low enough because I think I just snubbed a little bit of the I can't think of the car that was just in front of me, of his left rear bumper as he got hooked by the 3 car, and that slowed me down just a tick too much.
All right. Well, I asked you a little bit last week. You were second in the points, almost got that points lead, but now not a great finish from Brady Floyd. You haven't got that race win to lock you in, but you are undoubtedly going to be a points lead. What confidence does that bring going into the rest of the season?
Huge confidence. It's very much a momentum builder. I just got to keep clicking off top 5s, and I'll be good. And I'll let the wins come when it comes to chase time.
All right. Well, before you send you off on your way here tonight, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's second place finish?
Yeah, I'd like to thank Sim Coaches, Superior Templates, DeKalb Sycamore Buick GMC, my girlfriend for letting me do this. And on another note, today I got invited to join the Kuko e-Motorsports team. So that I'm now part of a team. So that makes me happy. That's a good boost for me. And you do a great job week in and week out. Thank you for broadcasting.
Thank you, and congrats on your second place finish, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thank you.
As that was our second place finisher, Jim Thorndike, and we'll bring in our third place finisher, Randy Schuler. Got that third place finish. You've been pretty consistent as well, as long as Jim Thorndike. But I want to know your game plan. What was your game plan? How do you, take tonight into? How was your game plan in tonight and avoiding the incidents?
Well, just like any restrictor plate track, just just try to take your time. Find a good stable car in front of you, maybe behind you. Just lay back and try not to stick your nose where it don't belong and cause the big one.
And that's I'm gonna kind of piggyback off that question. How'd you feel with the aggression with the pack and also the pushing feel well? The aggression with the 3 wide moves. How the car handle tonight?
I didn't have too much of an issue. Seemed like I was bouncing and hitting off a bunch of wrecks. The aggression definitely picked up way earlier than I thought. I think we just got past halfway, and when cautions really started come tumbling in. But yeah, the car felt fine. But yeah, just dodging bullets out there and try to be smart with your repairs and picking your lanes and who you're going to work with.
Well, before you send you off on your way, any sponsors you'd like to thank for tonight's third place finish?
No sponsors, but just thank my family for supporting me. Give a shout out to my daughter. And then yeah, this is an early birthday present. Got the birthday on Thursday, and just thank all you guys for doing what you do to contribute to this league. I'm really enjoying my time here.
All right. Congrats on the third place finish, and good luck in the rest of the season.
Thanks.
That was our third place, Randy Schuler. And Talon, what do you think about tonight's race and how it went?
Yeah, something Randy said to me, to us in our interview. Cautions really came out during the second half of the race. A lot more caution heavy. I think kind of what we were saying, like the intensity picking up the last 3 laps. Everyone knew they were going fuel. They didn't really need to chill. And that's really what I think caused a lot of the issues tonight. People just being a little aggressive, but I mean, it wasn't anything crazy, just kind of super speed racing, bad bumps here, 3 wide here and there. But overall, it was a pretty exciting race for tonight.
We had big wrecks towards the end. As I don't know if we caught it earlier, but actually, Kentucky flipped on his roof and crossed the line, still 6th. So interesting for him is great result for him after flipping.
Yeah, let's take a look at our finishing order for tonight's race.
So our race winner tonight in the taking the 17 machine to victory lane, Joshua King. Jim Thorndike just under a 10th behind him, just not in the right place to steal that win away from that last wreck. Jim Thorndike in second. Randy Schuler rounds it out P3. And seeing him in an incident earlier, P4 mid-tier. And rounding out our top 5, Jake Raven. As I was mentioning there, the last lap wreck, K-Knock up and over on his roof and got flipped back over, and he still crossed the line at P6. Marty Wright in P7, 60 car Shane King in P8. 9th Clay Sampson in our pole sitter tonight. Latham Joyner will round out in 10th place position. Kenny Kuko was third in points tonight. He'll round it out in 11th, and our points leader before tonight's race, Brady Floyd, he'll round it out P12. But he already has the win and already locked into the playoffs, so not really too much of a sweat for him. Not really too much of a worry for him. George Ledesma Jr. in P13, JD Van Kirk 14th, rounding our top 15, Drafty Beef 16th, Kelly Akron, our last car on the lead lap tonight, Bryn George, and position and 18th, Jacob Wilson. He'll finish our first car 1 lap down. Bladen Edwards in 19th after that penalty, late race restart penalty. 20th, Daniel Lund. Anthony Hutchison in 21st. Jacob Turner, I believe, our first CNF in 22nd. Jeffrey Nagengast in P23. Nick Wheeler 21st, and rounding out our field tonight, Dan Amos 40 laps down. Just an unfortunate incident for him earlier on in this race. And great overall, in my opinion, a great race for the night. Just see a lot of aggressions for the end, and Josh King coming out on top.
Yeah. And next week we go to Las Vegas, and it's gonna be interesting because it's a double points race. Actually, no, we go to Bristol. My bad. We go to Bristol next week, and then the week after that is the Las Vegas double points race. So a completely different racetrack at Bristol. That one should be a fun one. And our next broadcast is tomorrow night, around at South Boston. So we go out there, and then also top tier Bristol next week at the same time. So we will see you guys next time, and we'll see you guys later.